But it's a story
Yeah,
that happens in one night.
right. It's
So how
that
different was
story.
that? Was it, how long did you take to film it?
If I tell you, it will come as a surprise to you. We were supposed to shoot it in 18 days. We finished it in 16 days. So,
Oh,
and with no compromise on the quality, because that's the way it's written, So
right.
we put in, 12 hours of work every day, and day, night, and we finished the entire thing.
Okay.
And when you watch it, it's the quality of the film and the quality of each and every department is so superlative. Um, it's that kind of a thriller which could be shot in rather less days, or in
Mhm.
but not more than 16 or 18 days.
Okay.
We thought that we will take 20 days, if not 18 days, but actually the director and the cameraman,
Mhm.
they pulled up socks. They put their best foot forward and finished it in 16 days.
Wow. And it is all largely shot indoors as well, right?
Yeah, because most of the time I am in the emergency call center, and I'm on at the receiving end. Mostly it is shot in the emergency call room,
Mhm.
and that's where most of the action happens.
Was it challenging for you to be emoting just on the phone to a large part in the large part of the film? Was as an actor, did it?
See, it's the most difficult part. I have realized that talking to somebody, hitting the voice and responding to it, in every scene,
Mhm.
and respond in a way which is not over the top. Rather, it should look real, real phone conversation where you are listening and you are responding, and maintaining the emotional consistency
Yes.
was a big challenge, because you're shooting the scene number 20 in the beginning, then you're shooting scene number 1, then you're shooting scene number 40. How to get that consistency, how to get that fluidity,
Yes.
or the emotional flow, or the flow of the conversation. No, it was the most difficult part of it.
Okay. And I was watching the interviews regarding this, and I heard the director Enzel D'Souza say that this emotional continuity is possible largely for people from theater. So that edge.
I know what he's saying, because when when one is coming from such a intense theater background, we are, uh, you know, we are actually educated in a way that most of the actors are not. We had, when you're doing theater, it's a very tough discipline that one has to follow.
Yeah.
uh, if you're lacking in any part, you are always taken to task, and you are looked down upon. Your language, your diction, your understanding of the characterization, and the making a character, or the emotional graph, the emotional consistency. All of these things are taken for granted that you'll know it. So you have to, work very hard on yourself to get a really good role in your play. You just cannot happen that you look good or you come from some certain background. No, it really doesn't impress them. It's a tough world, the theater world. They don't settle on anything good. They are only looking for excellence.
I was going to ask you that question. In fact, how do you define excellence? When, of course, there is what do you think of good and what is excellent, and what is the difference?
But in terms of the craft, where you are trying to, evolve, uh, not only as an actor who has the 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 plethora of technique to uh, to himself, and he can recall, and you recall any moment. He can apply any kind of a method at any given point of time and execute it. So
Right.
it's like, excellence in theater or acting is that you do it in such a way that you can't think of any other actor doing the same role. That's
Hmm.
excellence. Yeah.
Ah,
So your interpretation, should seem as the last and the best,
right.
interpretation. So yeah, I mean, this is what we look for. This is what we try to do. We do all we put in all that effort just to be the best at that point of time. Uh, so yeah, I mean, it's a huge task. It's not something which is very easy. It comes after years, not only years of practice, but it also comes after too many rehearsals, after too many readings, after your own personal homework and preparation. This is something that actors don't talk about, and cinema directors are not interested in knowing your personal homework. They are only interested in seeing the outcome in front of the camera.
Do you
Yeah.
approach the characters in the same way like you approach your first time? Is it always a first time for you when you approach a character?
There's one little difference to it. When I'm doing my first film, I'm a newcomer, so my nervousness is far more visible.
Okay.
But now, after having done so many films and survived in this industry for so many years, you kind of you know how to hide that nervousness and try to get over the challenges by
Right.
putting in that extra work. And also we know how to channelize our energy
Right.
after so many years of practice. Initially, you don't know how to really channelize all the energy which is going in every direction. At
Right.
times, we used to waste that energy and
Right.
really not focus it in the right place. But now, after years of practice and experience, you know where to put in how much energy and get the best out of it. Now,
How do you see OTT shine the light on actors rather than stars?
this is the most democratic medium, OTT. It's a level playing field. It's very different from cinema viewing in a theater,
Yeah.
where the mainstream films are actually all targeted at audience, entertaining the audience in a way where they are whistling and cheering and clapping.
Mhm.
Okay. But when I'm watching it in my living room, is very difficult if there is not a crowd.
Yeah.
So the community feeling is not there to just get up and start clapping. Okay. So if you're watching it alone, it's very easy to just flip or just change the film or the series that you're watching. It's very difficult. So there comes a content which is difficult to perform, difficult to shoot, difficult to direct. So for all of these departments, you need to have people who have the craft in their hand.
Right.
Okay. And they have the understanding of the platform and the medium. Okay. So when the content is important, so that people alone can enjoy, be intrigued, be engaged, and immersed into the content that they are watching. It just not only entertainment per se. It's more about storytelling on the platform. That is why it's important that is why it's so democratic, so liberating for actors, directors, cameramen, writers, everyone.
Because people have, I can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And more participative because the audience has to participate in each word that is being said by the actor.
No, so as I said, here there's no chance, there is no scope for song and dance, because very uh, people are watching it in alone, or with their wives, or their their father.
Yeah.
They are not watching it in the group of 100.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to be telling a story. They are looking for a story which can engage them,
Right.
whether they are alone or with the or with some other people in the same room. So the community viewing nature of community viewing is different
Yeah.
from watching it at home. So,
Yeah.
and that is where OTT becomes OTT's content becomes quite in demand. If your content is even average, people will reject it. People just change it. So the nature of cinema viewing in a theater and nature of cinema coming on watching on OTT completely different. It has to be it has to be backed up by a strong story, or people will not watch it.
Okay. Also, working with Neena Gupta ji, what are the films of Neena ji that you have admired, and how was it working with her?
It was great. I mean, we get to face each other only in one scene. Most of the time, we are talking on the phone. So I see. I mean, we all admired her in everything that she has done over the years, and in the manner she has led her life as an actor, as a person, on her own terms, and she's been inspiring all the girls and the women of the of not only from her generation, but some generation which were following. So it was a privilege to be really sharing this camera space with her. With Sakshi, I directed her in a play long back when she was in college, and I was doing theater. Uh, so I was invited to do a play with her dramatic society, and she played the lead. So her success gives me a lot of pride, lot of happiness that someone I have known since so long, and someone who has started her acting career with me. Uh, so it's a matter of pride for me when I see her really raising the bar with all her performances, being her being respected as a not only as a very dignified person, but also as a fantastic actor. It gives me a lot of happiness.
So, about South Asian content today, tell me about your non-Indian fans across the world. How do they react to your work?
I mean, the one project which really took me everywhere is Family Man. Okay, it's the fourth most popular series in the world. I mean, it's a feat. It can't be achieved by only one nation. It can only be achieved if the entire world is watching. And I have experienced it with the season one, two, and with season two, it has only expanded. Uh, all I would say that go ahead and explore my other work, which is available on the net,
Yes.
and give your feedback. I'm so happy that my audience base is expanding. I'm happy that all the people from all the age are exploring, digging my work from the past. They are interested in knowing me more. For the new generation who is in the 13, 14, 15, 16, I'm a new actor. So for them, I'm just a fresh one. So I love that. I love that aspect uh, about me at this juncture, where for some people I'm a person who's been working in this industry for so long, and for one generation, I'm just a new person who's come on the OTT.
Hey, who are the actors you would like to see on OTT yourself?
Many actually. I like to see Mr. Nasuddin Shah, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Uh, I would like to see Mr. Pankaj Kapoor. Uh, and these are the actors. I would like to see all of these great talents uh, on OTT. I know that they will do complete justice to the format.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
now
see? Yeah. Can you see the definition of the hero changing today?
there is no hero now. On OTT there can't be a hero. But uh, it's a as I said, it's a platform which doesn't celebrate heroism in a film or in a content. It celebrates excellence. It celebrates people who have the capacity to think wildly and think freely, and has the ability to experiment and innovate.
This film was this film came to Z5, so I was asking you about that collaboration.
Oh, but collaboration with Z5. I mean, last one was successful,
Yeah.
Silence,
Yes.
and they were very excited to get this film on their platform. and they have given me so much of respect, even with this one. And with this one, they have gone really aggressive in terms of marketing. So when you see them excited and pushing your product in marketing, uh, that actually actually a kind of love and compliment to me. So I really thank them. And now when we are talking, it's tonight at 12 o'clock is going to
Yeah.
hit the platform. I just hope that it is bigger and better than silence. I just hope that people take not only take up this thriller, which is emotional to its core, but also think about how to protect their children in the time when they are so vulnerable to the massive and unprecedented exposure which is at their disposal. So it is also talking about that. Let's protect our children.
Okay. Thank you very much for speaking to me. As usual, it is amazing to talk to you, sir. And have a
Thank
good
you,
day.
Manju.
All the best for the film. I'm sure it'll again win all our hearts.
Thank you, Manju. Thanks a lot. Always pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.